At what age did you consider your life as genuinely good and were actually content with it? Around 25. Nothing outrageously amazing happened. I just started living my life for me and doing what I love doing rather than living for the acceptance and approval of others. I'd say right now but TBH, but I'm still gathering myself back up financially. Give me a few months and I'll probably say right now, I have a good job making good money, my own apartment and my own car, definitely doing a lot better than most of the people I went to school with. Never, and that's the goal. Let me explain, there are so many facets to life that there is always at least one thing to improve. Always look for something to improve. The hard part is learning to enjoy the process. As soon as you can figure that out, life is very enjoyable. Money, do you enjoy what you do? What do you enjoy doing? Can you make money doing that? Work towards a career where you can make money and enjoy the vast majority of your working days. Relationships, are you happy with your relationships? If not, why? Is it something you can fix? Yourself, are you truly happy with who you are? What would make you better? After I graduated grad school and I realized that I had gone from being a grifter living with my parents until my mid-20-somethings and living the quintessential millennial life, and now I had 3 college degrees, was quite a and quad. Dude, look at you moment. I have never in my entire life thought of it as bad. I have always been content, even in the midst of great tragedies. I don't know why, but I have a positive outlook no matter what happens. My life gets better every day. Actually now, a few years ago I felt that life is getting easier. 36. That's the age I was when me and my wife bought our first house. It's in a nice village and is everything we wanted. I finally had a good job that paid well, I enjoyed and allowed me to do what I wanted to do car-wise. About 39. I found a great job with security until retirement. My wife and I made bold changes in our life for the better. The kids are old and mature enough so they are not a problem. Definitely only my experience, and I won't necessarily say it's good, but I starting learning how to deal with things in a healthy way at about 26 and am as content as I can be some days. Sometimes it just clicks. Day like public administration as good as in science fiction? So of all the crazy technologies and human advancement in Star Trek, the thing you want to replicate and have today is the public administration, is that right? What can a woman do that will never be sexualized? I know people are into and stuff, but surely there's not a single soul out there who will be able to sexualize sneezing, snot and lick Google's O. Don't underestimate the horniness of men on the internet. Internet Rule 41. Everything is someone's sexual fetish. I mean, the only real answer is to display as little femininity as possible. People who are attracted to women are attracted to female traits, whether cultural or biological. I don't think there is anything. People have fetishes for kinds of stuffs. Sweat, blood, accidents, suicide, animals, abuse, etc. Not just what women but everyone and things. When would you decide to delete your dating apps? After how many dates with someone? I honestly had totally forgotten about it. After our first date I had deleted the app, and I though that would also delete the profile. I didn't realize that the profile was still up till I had re-downloaded it because my boyfriend was curious about what Hinge looks like from a girl's point of view. I had a really good feeling about my now boyfriend, so I felt like deleting it pretty quick. If and when we agree the relationship should become exclusive. When the only person I think about is him, I'll forget then delete a few months later. When they ask me to, I'm much more likely to just forget about them until they're needed again TBH. Only after the are we exclusive chat. Until then, keep your options open. I usually know on average, by the 3rd date earliest or the 5th date latest, if I want to continue dating that person, not BF/GF but figuring out if there's enough chemistry/compatibility potential for a future relationship. So if I feel that, then I will delete the app by then. So pretty much if I have a good feeling about them. I'd say whenever you feel that you don't need to be dating anyone else, assuming you subscribe to monogamy and stuff. In my case, I can't remember how long after we started dating but TBH it wasn't going so well on the dating front apart for the guy that I'm now about to marry lol, that was almost 8 years ago now. So uninstalling it felt very natural. I was not invested in it, the app that is. For me, I just had a feeling. That feeling of yeah, I want to focus on this person and quad. So I deleted it without being asked to, since I didn't want him to think I was still talking to other people. I'd say after about 6 months, when you have gotten to know each other and have both made the choice to be exclusive. TBH after our first date, I hid my profile and stopped talking to anyone else, but I only deleted it after we officially decided to be girlfriend/boyfriend, on our 8th date. I don't think the number of dates matters. You can be on your 10th date and still not be sure about their intentions. When you feel you're falling for that person, then it's the right time to delete them. In my opinion, you can feel it when it's the right time. OFC, if you're not monogamous this doesn't apply. I'm non-monogamous, so if I was to delete my dating apps, it would be for reasons unrelated to being in a relationship. What should men be allowed to do without being judged? Be angry. I'm not saying it's okay for men to take their anger out on others. That's unhealthy, but it's equally unhealthy to try and suppress your emotions, and anger is an emotion, just as valid as any other. Men are so often completely ostracized and judged, not even for having an outburst, just for getting angry instead of sad. Obviously the anger is a defense mechanism. No, but knowing that doesn't make it any easier to not be angry. You can't will away emotions, so expecting men to do it is unreasonable. Take care of ourselves. Oh bro, what are you doing? Going to the doctor? Gay you use face lotion? Probably cause you're you're watching your diet so you don't die at 50 of a heart attack? Eat some meat. I thought you'd like that since you're have never understood why men are so insecure with taking care of themselves. Cry. Sometimes I need to just let it all out. It doesn't make me any less of a man, whatever that means, for doing so. For what it's worth, I think we've made some great leaps towards men being able to show emotions generally, but all the alpha male diarrhea that's currently being vomited out by certain people feels like a step backwards. Ask people out. Both men and women have gotten so weird about it. Yeah, obviously, there's a mile-long list of things not to do. But if you're friendly with someone, it shouldn't be taboo to be like, hey, I think you're really cool. Would you like to grab a drink? As a date? What's the BFD? Source: woman. Show enthusiasm and have fun doing the activity because they just like the activity. Now it seems people only do the activity half-assed because they're only there to meet girls, drink/do drugs, take pictures for their social media or show off some unnecessary overpriced brand label gear. I to this day don't know if people are intentionally holding back their enthusiasm or if they actually just don't want to be there because they're complete posers. Either way, you guys suck. I just want to go out with my nieces without people giving me weird looks because they are teenagers and I'm in my 30s lol. The ability to not talk or express ourselves. Everyone is so caught up on men feeling comfortable expressing their feelings and talking about their emotions, and rightfully so. On the flip side though, I would like to just not talk sometimes and have some peace and quiet. I know it's okay to express myself. I know I can talk to you. I just don't want to right now. I want to decompress and relax without having to relive the entire day I just slowly experienced firsthand. Also taking a long time in the bathroom. That's my time to myself. Leave me the alone lol. What is the weirdest reason you've been dumped for? I about dumped but had a girl go out of her way to establish our relationship as physical only. No commitment. I expressed that I wanted something more official and she was adamant that she wasn't interested. So I found someone that did want to be in a more formal relationship and this girl freaks out and cries and because apparently she was going out of her way to encourage me to not take her seriously and to date other girls because she liked me so much. During college she and a friend wrote my name on a piece of paper and buried it at the beach. Then she went back, tried to dig it up and couldn't find it. So she had to break up with me. Chronic panic disorder. I mean I understand her, cause there were a lot of things I couldn't participate in at the time, but she had the audacity to ask if she could call me about a year later to check if I was better. And maybe then we could be together again. Maybe. Off. 6 years. Dated a girl for 3 years, nearly engaged. She was really religious, no drinking, drugs, before marriage. She discovered booze at a party one night, suddenly became very secretive, dumped me 2 weeks later because I was boring. Married her booze hound buddy less than a year later. I rejected her sister's attempts to essentially essay me and when asked me if it was because I didn't find her attractive, because of course it can't be because her sister's a sexual predator, I said that if she was the last woman on earth, I'd castrate myself out of spite and a lack of attraction. She was cheating on me with Emmanuel Moida, told me his wallet, muscles and were bigger than mine. This guy sounds amazing. I've never had an official relationship end over this, but I've had people I was seeing exclusively break things off because I wasn't serious enough about them and because I was too serious about them. At the same time. Also, I got dumped like an hour after moving out of my mom's house and getting an adult apartment. I'm sure that wasn't the reason, but the timing was suspicious. We hadn't had a fight or anything. She just decided that was the specific time it needed to happen. Girl left me for a man in her words, who was bigger and more of a vibe. At the time it me off, but now looking back, it is what it is. When someone wants to leave they'll find any excuse to and any reason to justify it. If she wants to go then be free little bird.